Good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of More Salt. Today, it's just me and my boy Joe.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Don't copyright infringe us, please.
We can make it if we try.
There it is.
Yeah, we haven't sat down and just done one, me and you. So it's kind of good to just kind of hang out with the homie.
Yeah, it's always have that guest on here. Always, which is what we want. Don't get us wrong. But, today we're like, always the two of us, maybe talk about something we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah, not much, not really.
Actually, not really not at all.
Yeah. But we were just before filming, we were just kind of talking about food ideas and different things we've always kind of wanted to make, and we didn't get to touch on that too much, but it's kind of where we were going. And we were talking about the videos that we're fixing to start filming, the show some more creative side,
because we do actually cook. I hope everyone here knows this. We actually do know what we're talking about for the most part.
So yeah, we're going to be getting that stuff together here soon, which I'm really excited about. But, we were talking about, again, the grilled cheese cobbler with tomato bisque ice cream.
It still sounds delicious the more I think about it.
Man, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, man, that could actually be pretty fucking good.
I know, and I think it would sell. I think it's one of those things that is so far out there that it would actually sell.
We're going to find out. We're going to make it. We're going to see how good it is. And, I think people would be too scared to actually buy it.
Not here. I think if we were more in the renowned culinary place, I think people would be more adventurous. But
we are not renowned chefs.
No, not in the least bit. We're just good at what we do, and that's making food for
sometimes.
People. Yeah, I fucked up quite a few things.
Sometimes we're good at what we do.
Well, that's my favorite thing. It's
on days when we give a shit.
Yeah, for the most part. I was in a bad mood the other day, and my one of my cooks, she looked at me, she said, "You go relax. You take some time because you're going to put your negative energy into that food." And I was like, you know what? That's actually a solid point. I took my breather, went to the walk-in, screamed a little bit, punched some boxes, came back feeling good.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Do you have one of those dishes that it's kind of always just been in your head and you've always wanted to make it and you know exactly how you would do it, but you just never really got around to it?
I got bits and pieces of them.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do a sweet potato gnocchi with a rosemary. That was one of my ideas, but I'm like, should I do it with a butter or cream? I don't know how to finish it.
So I got you. One of my recipes that I did make it once. And it was really good. I did a sweet potato gnocchi.
Okay.
I used Asiago, which made a big difference.
Very important to mix with your partner too.
Of course, sage.
Right. Because sage, it goes great with
some warming spices and stuff. And then what really set that dish off, right? What really rounded it out. I think you're going to like this.
Looking forward to it.
Riced Brussels. I sauteed riced Brussels in brown butter.
Okay.
With a sage leaf, fried sage leaf in there to get some of that flavor in there. And then I tossed that gnocchi in those riced Brussels.
So you're talking Brussels sprouts you ran through a ricer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For the people who don't know what a ricer is, it's not actually rice. It's how a lot of people make mashed potatoes, make it silky smooth. It's a piece of equipment.
Yeah. I ran those through a Robocoop, shredded them down.
Okay.
And then I tossed that gnocchi in those rice Brussels. And then, so that color difference, there was a huge pop. You got that orange of the gnocchi and then that bright green of the sauteed Brussels, because literally as you're sauteing your gnocchi, you throw it in there with a little bit of oil, butter, whatever. You saute your gnocchi and then they cook pretty quick.
Okay.
Toss your rice Brussels in there. A little bit of brown butter, sage leaf.
I love sage.
Of course. Can't forget some salt.
Of course.
And I took it, I put it on a plate. I think I garnished it with fresh shredded Asiago.
That sounds nice.
It was solid. It was a solid dish.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because after you left where we used to work at, I actually ran a special, which was a squash ravioli with a sage
I
brown butter. Were you there for that?
With the pecan and the brown
Yes,
butter?
yes,
I think
yes.
that may have even influenced that gnocchi.
Funny how that works out, isn't it?
The gnocchi was I had been inspired by we used to make this Parisian gnocchi at one of the old restaurants I worked at, Barley.
Yeah.
And so like I saw that, I was like, that's pretty good. I learned how to make the sweet potato gnocchi at home. And then the rice Brussels, that would have been inspiration.
See, that's what I like. Where did you get that inspiration?
The rice Brussels?
Yeah, like how'd you think of ricing Brussels? I would never have thought of that.
I don't know. That was something I just decided, because like I know like at 940s we'd prepped out Brussels, but we usually did them where they were sliced.
Yeah, we shaved them in the
stuff
rubber
like that. I'd never seen anybody rice Brussels before.
Same.
I'm not really sure where I thought of that, but I was like, this is what I'm gonna shred these Brussels down.
Did it still hold their texture though? You still get that little bit of bite?
You got a nice, yeah.
Okay.
Got a really nice texture difference there.
That face at everything.
It was a dish, especially so early in my culinary career when I was just teaching myself how to do stuff. That was a dish that I was really proud of in my early days, you know, and I'd love to revisit that now, you know, so many years later.
Oh yeah.
And recreate that again with the knowledge that I have now.
You know, that's actually a fun thing to do. Is I remember I was 17 years old and I had to make family meal.
Yeah.
And I panicked and stuff like that. And chef at the time was like, well, we have all this leftover ahi we're not going to use. Make something with that. Make something nice for everybody. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about at this age. But I ended up doing just a nice salad with this soy ginger dressing. Seared off the ahi, chilled it, sliced it, and it came out real nice. But like you just said, I want to be able to do something like that.
See, if you handed me some ahi and just said, hey, make something out of this, you know, a lot of this is my catering brain. So my brain immediately goes to hors d'oeuvres. And like, I don't know, on first thought, I would do like a wonton,
like a tartare,
like a cornet.
Oh yeah,
like a wonton cornet, like a cone. It's just like it's a little cone made out of wonton. Stuff that I'd dice down that ahi real small and I'd put it in there. We do something like this at my current job.
That sounds delicious.
With like a wasabi aioli.
Yep.
Stuff like that, or you know, you can toss that in like a teriyaki. It would be bomb.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
It sounds very similar to what Komodo makes because they get mini cones and they do something similar to that. But I think a wonton would be so much better because it'd be lighter.
Yeah.
This is the way our brains work, people. Yeah. We talk food, we talk texture. Josh was a huge part of helping me write my menu for the restaurant that I'm running now to bounce ideas off of. And first of all, very thankful for that.
We're good at that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because bouncing ideas is the biggest thing because you could think of one thing.
I think I'm just one of those people. Like I'm an ideas guy because I also do this for Anthony as well.
Really?
Like he'll just bounce ideas off of me and I'll come back. And
I love that all day long.
You know, like I think I'm just good at that. Which is helpful. You know, sometimes it also like it'll cause some unneeded like conflict.
Sometimes
I feel like is a maybe not the best way to put it, but like I remember. Okay, so like I'll tell you this and then I'll tell you a story.
Okay.
There's another dish that I've always wanted to do. I think it would be beautiful, and you're gonna laugh at me because you know that I don't like seafood. Like,
yep.
A lot of the dishes that I want to do are seafood dishes because seafood makes people love it, and I like making it. I enjoy working with fish.
Well, just because we don't enjoy something doesn't mean we don't make it for what people want.
You know, and there are certain fishes that I will eat without complaint or whatever. You know,
canned tuna. You know,
not even
really
no. But like if you give me like some sea bass or some smoked salmon or halibut, you know, I'll nibble on that. You know, I'll eat it.
I gotcha. I'll make you something nice one day. See if you can eat it.
So I want to do, like I'm thinking either halibut or like sea bass, and you've probably seen this before where they make scales out of potatoes.
Yeah,
and they'll do like a potato scaled piece of like fillet of fish.
Okay.
And you know the way they do that is they cut out their scales individually they stick them to that fish and they sear that down so you get that coloration on the edge of those potatoes.
So it looks like scales of a fish,
but it's potato.
Okay.
Yes. And it's really cool. I've always wanted to do that with purple fingerlings.
Yep.
Just because they're beautiful. They have such a vibrant, bright color.
Well, we actually use fingerlings at my restaurant right now, the tricolor, because it just makes the plate pop.
Yeah, I like the purple potatoes, and I think it would make a really cool like potato scale on a fillet of fish, right? And then you do like, I don't know, pearls of hibiscus, like hibiscus pearls on that.
Okay.
Top, like hibiscus caviar, essentially.
Oh.
And you plate that on like a bed of like Swiss chard and maybe like some risotto or something.
See, I like that because you got the bitterness from the sweet chard. You have the light from the hibiscus, which isn't really hard to do. What is it? Just tapioca maltodextrin is what you use?
So I
agar. It's agar.
So I do the sodium alginate method.
Okay, so which is agar actually?
Is it?
Yeah. So agar is actually derived from algae. Yeah.
Sodium alginate. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do sodium alginate and then a water bath of calcium chloride.
Exactly. Yep.
When that hits, it forms a membrane around it.
So
that was the way that I learned how to do it.
And that is the exact way that I would do it too. And not just that, but I was bored one day at work and I was looking up all this molecular stuff and like what people do. And
yeah, I really enjoy the molecular gastronomy. I've never worked anywhere that like really used stuff like that.
Same.
Of course I would love to. I would love to learn those things. But like if there's something that I want to learn how to do, I'm gonna teach myself,
Exactly. I was thinking about just getting some agar and seeing what I could do with it.
Yeah. So I want to do those hibiscus pearls on there. I think like a nice just white wine risotto would be.
Because that fish has got to pop. That's the main part of it, especially doing like a Chilean sea bass.
Is that sea bass or halibut would be the star of the plate for sure. I just think it'd be a really pretty dish. You garnish it with some fucking flowers, whatever.
Yeah.
Just be a really pretty plate,
So it's funny you speak of sea bass and stuff like that. So going back to what I always wanted made, and I'm going to get to your story. Don't you worry about this because I want to know where this comes from. Nobu's miso black cod is one thing I've wanted to recreate my whole life. Tried it 5 times, can't nail it. Nobu, hats off to you. You did something I can't do.
Yeah, I have to check that out.
All right, story time. I want to know where this came from.
So, well, because this is something I've wanted to do for so long, at one of my previous jobs, I was working with the chef who, for the most part, we really got along and I really liked the guy. And we had to do like a fancier, it was like a Board of Regents dinner.
Okay.
So it's like 9 super rich people were going to make a really nice meal for them.
Of course. We spare no expense.
And one of the dishes that he wanted to do was a potato scaled fillet of fish. And I was like, cool, really excited about that.
Perfect. I got it.
We're in the process of prepping out all the stuff for this dinner. And I had offered him advice and I had even given up my idea of like, hey, we could do this purple potato scaled thing that I've always wanted to do. And he's like, no, we're going to do. I was like, okay.
Like your russets, I swear.
Oh
no.
So we're prepping food out and I look across the table and he's over there and he's cutting scales out of potato. And the first thing I notice is that he's cutting them in like perfect circles with like a ring mold, like small.
That's not how scales look.
They're perfect circles. Scales of fish aren't perfect circles. No. That's why I wanted to use fingerlings because they're a little more elongated.
Yeah,
like a fucking scale.
Exactly right.
Right.
It's like you think this through for a second.
Second thing I notice is that he's cutting them, and they're probably like a quarter of an inch thick, which
that's
the average person might think, oh, quarter of an inch, that's pretty thin. No, that's way too thick.
Way too thick.
And I looked at the crow and I said, chef, those need to be like a 16th of an inch.
That's what I was thinking too. 1/16, get that mandolin out. Yeah.
They need to be no less than 1/8 of an inch. But
the bite on that. You're going to overcook the fish by the time those are cooked.
And I was like, that's not going to work. And he was like, no, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to work. I was like, those need to be thinner. Those need to be thinner, chef.
Were you screaming on the inside?
Oh, absolutely. But like, I was like I was the catering chef there at the time. And he was my executive chef.
Okay.
And he overruled me, and there was nothing like there's nothing I can do.
You kick and scream in your head, but you just say,
And I
"All right,
just
yes, chef."
yes, chef. And he made it. He did like a cornstarch glue almost which you can. That is a method.
I understand.
You have to go real thin on it, and your fucking scales have to be thin enough that it doesn't. So when he seared that side, it didn't look good.
And I get the cornstarch because a lot of French fries out there are coated in that, or different types of coating to create that crunch. But when your potatoes are that thick, now you're trying to add another layer on top of that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was really frustrating, but it happens, and I learned from that experience still, and I saw the results of what I knew wasn't going to work.
Yes.
In real time, I saw those results happen, and I called it. Sad. I called it, and then it happened exactly like I thought it would.
Did you guys get a response from that dish, or?
Not really, which isn't good. You like if you get no response,
Yeah, especially
this is a guy, and so like another dish that he made, which I think on paper sounds really cool.
Okay. Lay it on me.
But in practice, it also, for what we were doing, it didn't work out real well.
Okay.
There was and I think it could be done in like a restaurant setting, and I think it would be really good, but souffles.
Okay.
Souffles are fragile.
Very much so. Humidity, sound, anything.
They're very good. And
Amazing.
these were very good, but we'll get to that. Well, no. So because we're like our kitchen's in the bottom of this building, the room in which we are serving is 2 floors up.
So you have to walk them upstairs.
Well, we had to take them up in an elevator.
Okay.
And then we had to hold them in a hot box, and then we had to I was like, dude, souffles are
you can't do a
souffles
souffle?
are not a good idea for this. Like they're gonna collapse.
Oh my god!
But he wanted to do it was a chocolate avocado souffle.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Honestly, very cool.
Yeah,
I like the creativity.
Yeah.
We built them in the shell of the avocado, so it was like half an avocado peel.
Okay.
And we poured our batter in there, and then we laid them in a ramekin that had either pink or black. Like salt in
okay, I got
right?
you.
That kind of just held that.
Just trying to picture this.
That held that avocado peel with the souffle batter in it.
Yeah.
Right? And we baked those off like that. And at first they did what they were supposed to do. They looked really cool. The color was a little weird for me because it was like this brown green color.
And not a good mixture, but still the creativity's there. The execution cool, but the holding you can't do with the souffle.
Yeah, and their response to those were that they were interesting.
Oh, that's not a good phrase.
And when you're dealing with like rich old white people, interesting is not what you want to hear.
No, that is not a good thing at all.
But I did learn a lot from that chef. I don't say any of this to like dog on him or anything. Like I have made numerous things and I'm like, this is going to come out fine. And then it doesn't. And I'm my own biggest critic.
Oh, so same. Yeah, absolutely.
I beat myself up when I fuck up something, that
you too?
In my head think should be simple.
I should have done this better.
Yeah,
but also you think about it this way too. We always talk about bosses that we work for that we didn't agree with. But the thing that everyone should take away is, well, now you know what not to do. Mm-hmm. Cool. We tried this. It didn't work. Well, I'm never going to do that again. Mm-hmm. But it's great for actually learning, because how many times have we fucked up dishes left and right, but we learn from it. And I think that's the biggest thing, is learning from your mistakes. Like, you don't put a cardboard box on top of a floor burner that still has a pilot light on, which happened today, by the way. And all of a sudden I walk in the kitchen, it smells like smoke. And I'm like, same person caught a trash can on fire last week.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, come on, guys.
Now you're a liability.
Yeah, but I just laughed it off. She's the best that I have. So you know what? She's going nowhere. make those mistakes.
Oh man. But yeah, I would love to really kind of explore that creativity on those things that we've kind of always wanted to do, but never had a reason.
Yeah, well, a reason I think a lot of the stuff that sparks our creativity is very expensive product.
Not always.
Sea bass is not cheap, my friend.
Yeah, but we could. But if I'm only buying fucking, I don't know, 12 ounces or a pound of sea bass,
Actually,
I don't need a lot.
Josh, I'm gonna tell you this: when we go film this, the tomato bisque with
Yeah.
all that deliciousness, I have some sea bass in the freezer. Know what else I have at work? Purple fingerling potatoes.
No shit.
I say we try it out. Now the potatoes, yes, I'll put forth money because it is our product in house. But the sea bass was a gift. It was a sample.
Yeah.
I think we can do this.
I
want to see it.
I would love to be able to do, some cooking stuff.
I mean, we do say that, we're about the people, we're not about the food, but
we care very deeply about the food.
We
as well.
really do, guys. We absolutely do.
If it wasn't for that, I think that's why I like what I do so much. When I discovered my passions for cooking, and I got to see people create not just incredible tasting food, but like beautiful food.
Yes.
And I have a thing for just beautiful food. Like, I don't even care what it is. Like, if that plate looks amazing, like it's art to me. Like, I love it.
I'm the same way.
When I see people that create these amazing plates of food, I look at those and I study them and I go, what from this can I take? Like,
right.
What can I learn from this?
Well, and we talked about,
and I think that's why I've kind of, I think Anthony keeps me around for my ability to plate things. 'Cause like,
that's a huge thing though.
I can make anything look pretty.
Well, it's funny. My cooks, the way that, I'll work different stations because I want everyone to kind of still be well-rounded. My guy the other night, he usually sticks on the boil, which is fast to the point, and I put him on saute. And he put up this salmon, and in my head, I'm like, all right, just be pretty, just be pretty. I looked over at it. I'm like, that is a fucking beautiful dish, man. I'm like, do that every single time and we're golden.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're
I
right.
need you to do that every single time now.
Because it really does. That's why I use odd numbers. That's why you brought up we've used paint brushes. We've used the scoop and push.
Anthony got me. I wish I had it with me so I could show you, but it's a sauce spoon. So it's got it reminds me of those like old school fountain pens.
Yep.
So it's got like this divot and then it comes to a point, right? And so I can like pick up some sauce and then I can tap that to a plate and literally write with it if I wanted to. Like, I could sign my fucking name with that.
So for you guys to know,
awesome, bro.
Squirt bottles are what we use mostly because it's easier, it's better. But when I learned with a spoon. They said if you can decorate a plate with a spoon, you're set.
Yeah, dude, this is like it's a specific it's a weird shape. Like,
I'm looking
got
forward to seeing this
arc, and then the bottom of it, that actually like the spoon part of it, kind of folds up like this, and then it kind of comes to a point like a fountain pen.
Yeah.
So you hold it almost.
You hold it like a pencil, right?
Sort of, but you want to hold it almost flat, but not quite. And then you can literally just.
I'm gonna Google the shit out of this later because
they're so cool. They're very cool. And I haven't gotten to use it as much as I would like to, but there was one day I was like, I think we had like some like cranberry reduction or something.
It's a perfect thing for it.
And I
was on a white plate.
I was like, I'm gonna try, and I just started going, and I was like, oh, this is cool.
I was excited about getting a new shucking knife, and here you are talking about something that is 10 times cooler than that. I'm a little jealous, actually.
Oh man, they're very cool. But
for us, we take pride in our jobs. I'm exhausted. I'm working 6 hours, 12 hours, 6 days a week, 12 hours. If you couldn't tell, I'm tired. But I love my job.
Yeah,
I absolutely love my job. I love going in every single day, making food. And it's a good feeling. I mean, shit, we had one of our servers that wanted to make jalapeno poppers.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, bring in the stuff and I'll make it for you. And real simple, just cut them in half.
Or better yet, I'll teach you how to make it.
Yeah, not them. They burn boiling water.
Oh.
But all I did was just, blitzed up some cream cheese and bacon, Put that in there, a little bit of cheddar cheese, and it's real simple stuff, but it's watching their reaction. That's what I love about this job.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to hear your words. I want to see your face when you take that first bite.
What did I make last week? Oh, I did make my black garlic arancini.
You've been talking about that. Okay.
And then right at the last minute, I decided I was going to take a cube of pepper jack cheese and stuff it down inside of that.
I'm not mad.
And that was the best decision I've ever made.
What other cheese would you have used? Because, I mean, you got to stuff it with something.
I mean, not necessarily.
Really? See, arancini to me, like, needs to have that parm, the Asiago that you cut into and oozes out.
The risotto was very cheesy.
Okay.
I used a lot of, I think, manchego for that.
Big fan of manchego.
That's what I use for my black garlic risotto recipes, manchego. It just has a very specific flavor that I really like.
It's got that nutty flavor that really goes well with risotto.
Yeah, and I think it's something that you don't really see in risotto a lot.
Nope, I've never used it in risotto.
It's delicious. Yeah. So for my black, I do like usually mushrooms, red wine, black garlic, chicken stock. You know.
Okay. But so how do you get the color of all that to not bleed through to the rice? Or is that rice a dark color? It
comes out a darker color, and it's not unappealing.
Right. And well, my thought too is what if you use forbidden rice, which is black rice, to make that? And I know it's not the same as the arborio and all that stuff, but I wonder if that would still kind of hold up because you have that black rice look to it.
I'm not sure.
I'm not either.
You could probably mix some of that in with your risotto, and that would be cool. But
that would be cool.
But no, I don't know. Like, it comes out really tasty. And then that pepper jack, like you get a little bit of that heat from in there.
Yep.
And, it balanced out really well. They came out really good.
Heat's balanced too.
Yeah. I came home one night, got real drunk, and enjoyed those.
God, I miss those days.
I was like, man, this is a good idea. Black garlic arancini.
Well, so you've been talking about it for a minute.
Yeah,
so
yeah, there was one day I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I just want to see.
Did it come to fruition? Were you happy with it?
Yeah, they were good.
That's all that matters.
I don't see what the big deal is. Everybody's like, oh, they're gonna be a super big pain in the ass to make. No, they're fucking not. You let your risotto cool, and then you scoop it up with a dish, or you shove a cube of cheese in there and you bread it.
I would say the only thing is if you're doing it for service, but that's one of those things where I'd make 15 orders, and when we run out, we run out.
You make fucking, 120 of them hoes and hope for the best.
That's so much rolling, so much rice. I'm sorry, I'm having real bad flashbacks of having to make.
They'd be good. I would absolutely do those on a restaurant menu.
Oh, if I see it, I'm going to get it. Like, that's one of those things where I'm like, yes, I want this in my mouth right now. Fuck me up with this.
You ever thought about opening up your own restaurant?
Of course, it's scary.
If you were to open up a restaurant, what kind of things would you want to put on a menu?
So
you can do anything you want. What do you put on your menu?
So it's funny, actually. Sorry, guys, I saw this Sharpie on me from work. So I had a dream, and in this dream, I had my own place. It was somewhere near the ocean, cobblestone streets. It probably sat about 24 people.
Okay.
But it was one of those where I'd go to the market in the morning, and whatever was there, that would be on the menu for the night. So it'd be a rotating menu. Okay. Of course, if things do stick, I can recreate, stuff like that. But it's just, I just want fresh. I want fresh seafood. I want to go to a market and actually see it. And we all know, about markets and stuff like that. But I kind of just want to just make good food. No, I mean, of course, French influence, because I do love me some butter and stuff like that. But
sounds like, I don't know, I picture France in my head.
So where I got the inspiration was Door Brothers in Charleston.
Okay.
It was the girl I was dating at the time. We went there for drinks ahead of going to the Michelin star restaurant across the street. Mm-hmm. Funny, I remember where we went first. Don't remember the name of the restaurant. And it was just this cool little place. And it sat 12 people. And what was on the menu was what the dude picked up that day.
Yeah.
And I thought that was such a cool idea, just to have that fresh ingredients and like something small, something quaint.
There's an element of like almost mystery to that too. Cause like as somebody who's going to a restaurant, like you're going and then you have no idea what is even going to be offered that day.
And I know that's a risk. That's a huge risk, and I get that.
Yeah.
But if I wasn't to worry about finances, this is like my love and what I wanted to do, that would be it.
Yeah.
I want to make good people
that.
for people. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's incredible. I love that. I think I'm more likely to start like a fucking food truck,
But
I love that idea of just kind of having like a small thing. I don't need a big fancy brick and mortar restaurant. And serving just really, really good food to normal people, like
I like that though.
I want to serve good food to anybody anywhere.
Yeah. That's really what it boils down to.
And like you can, with a food truck, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
You can go wherever you want.
Yeah. Like if I want to run, if I want to run tacos one day and then curry the next, nobody can stop me.
And no one's going to.
But
that's the fun part is because you can do what you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just making good food. Yeah. I know people always say that food truck prices are always so expensive, but you don't realize you're getting the same quality as a restaurant.
Yeah.
Just in a different container. It's not on a plate. That is it.
I've been experimenting a lot with venison lately.
Okay.
Experimenting with like doing like espresso based rubs. I did an espresso and ancho chili rubbed venison.
Never used espresso before as a rub, but I've heard good things.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. And then it was also like and then I also did they were like red wine sauteed blackberries.
Okay.
That I kind of popped over top of that. And so there was like some sweetness and some tartness there to balance out that bitterness from the espresso, a little tiny bit of heat from those dried anchos. It was solid. I think it's a dish that I need to continue to work on.
Which is also a big thing. We have an idea, doesn't mean we make it perfect the first time.
Yeah. Yeah. I've also experimented with some venison or like hors d'oeuvres that I want to do, like jalapeno venison blackberry. I think would be a rad combo.
Yeah,
you could literally just stick those things on a fucking bamboo skewer and
you're fine.
It'd be all right. Yeah.
So why the venison? Where's this coming from?
Honestly, I think it started because we had some venison just in the walk-in one day. And I was like,
fair.
Anthony was like, dude, do something with that. And I was like, bet.
Heard.
Yeah. And so I did some stuff with it. And then some people tried some things. They really liked it. And so then our boss basically told us like, hey, maybe include that on like a holiday menu.
Okay.
Which isn't a bad idea.
No, not at all. Do you make that very seasonal?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like venison. It's not, I don't know, it's not overly gamey or anything. It's nice every once in a while.
Well, there's some real tender cuts out of it that people forget. Like, backstrap is a huge one.
Give me one of those.
Yeah. The old Nick fix.
Yeah.
Now, I think venison's fun to play with because it is much of an open palate and flavor.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm surprised that I didn't eat it more like growing up because I grew up in Pennsylvania.
Right.
And, like that's like white-tailed deer capital.
It's only everywhere. They're everywhere up there.
Yeah. So I didn't, I think I didn't really gain an appreciation for it until
That's
more
fair.
recently in life.
All right. I've been thinking about this, and I've been wanting to ask you this for the longest time. We're speaking of cuts of meat, which kind of sparked me. What are your top 3 most overrated, let's say, ingredients? Or dishes, if you will, that is just so overrated. People think it's fancy, but it's really not. Example for me, like tomahawk steaks, so overrated. So overrated.
New York strips.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
So do you know why New York strips become big around here? Because the price of filet goes so skyrocketed, and during the holidays, that strips are the only thing to kind of counterbalance it. So we see them a lot. Okay, New York strip, did not see that coming. Truffles for me.
Truffle is definitely, I can agree with that. I think it's an overrated flavor. People pay way too much money for that shit.
Yes.
You know, like I always laugh when people are like, you know, they'll say, yeah, I'm gonna order some truffle oil to do some truffle infused white cheddar mac and cheese or whatever the hell.
Buyer beware.
And then I'm like, is it truffle oil or is it truffle flavored olive oil? And they'll go, huh? And I'll go look at your bottle.
Yeah.
And they'll pick up that bottle and they'll turn around and they'll go, well, I'll be damned. It's truffle flavored olive oil.
Yep, and it's disgusting.
It does what you need it to do, I guess.
Sure.
In a pinch, right?
Sure.
I can't afford. I'm just gonna pull a number out of my ass because I don't actually know. You know, I can't afford several $100s for actual squeezed truffle oil.
Oh no, that's got to be ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, it's retarded. I will tell you something that I just remembered. We've never seen this before in our lives, and we're so excited. We just ordered. Did you know that apparently if you order enough caviar, you have to get it by the kilo?
First of all, they sell caviar by the kilo?
Yeah, we just ordered 6 kilos of caviar.
I didn't know this was a thing.
I can't wait to see the invoice. We have no idea how much that's going to cost.
That's got to be stupid expensive.
We're probably going to get a pretty good deal on it because we're buying it in bulk.
Oh, yeah.
Because who the fuck buys 6 kilos of caviar?
Who needs over 2 pounds of caviar to begin with? Oh, going fair. You got a big.
I've got a very large event coming up. We've done like 4, 5, 6 tastings for this particular event over the last several months.
Well, let me know it's on it.
It's a lot of hors d'oeuvres and stuff. I wish I had the menu sitting in front of me, but the main entree, like it's past hors d'oeuvres. Like, so it's gonna be stations. We're gonna be doing those the ahi tuna cornets, yeah. Or something along those lines. We'll be doing those. I think I'm gonna be doing like a cashew butter crostini.
That sounds good.
We're gonna be doing this potato. I want to call it a croquette, but that's not really accurate. It's just sort of a sliver of fried potato.
Okay.
With an enormous amount of caviar on it.
I said that's where the caviar is going.
We made. Yeah, I want you to think about that for a second. Also, that this is for hors d'oeuvres.
Okay.
So initially, it was basically like a flat tater tot, and there was like a little bit of caviar, like a normal human,
like just a little baby scoop, right?
Of caviar on the thing with like some creme fraiche.
Sounds good. Not a caviar fan, but still
they
sounds
were
good.
They were like, it's not enough caviar. So now we've progressed to putting like, dude, it's like a fucking tablespoon of caviar on these things.
That's so much fucking caviar.
It's a ridiculous amount of caviar, but that's what they want. And like,
okay, they're gonna pay for it. Yeah,
they are paying for it.
That's all that matters. You get what you want then.
You know, and these are people that like these are the kinds of people that have buildings named after them.
Yes. So a tablespoon of caviar is a joke to them because they want it.
I mean, they're paying out of pocket for 6 kilos of fresh caviar.
That's 13.2 pounds, if you will, of caviar.
That's a lot.
That's so much.
I don't know a single person who's ever seen that much caviar. I'll definitely be sending you a picture of that.
Please do, because I've had caviar once in my life, and it was this little baby tin, and that's what you get.
Usually, you get
I want to see the container.
Just for reference, like I'll get like a little jar that's this big of caviar, and that'll cost me about $40.
Yeah. Especially if you get legit sturgeon and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
we do. We get good caviar.
I believe
which
it.
I don't care for it, but
I'm not a big fan.
So to buy, like, is it going to come in bricks? That's what I want to know.
It's got to be fresh, right? Because you can't. There's no way you can freeze that.
They're going to harvest it. pack it and ship it to us.
I really hope it's wrapped in a lot of plastic, then a little bit of foil, and then in a box. That'd make me so much happier.
Man, I'm honestly, I'm kind of excited.
I'm really excited.
It's a lot.
Please send me a picture.
So yeah, and then we're gonna be doing lava cakes. Lava cakes are gonna be the death of us.
So my question, because I've never made one,
we are not making them from scratch. I'm just gonna put that out there. Like, I am ordering them, and that is, you know what? That's gonna have to be good enough.
but it's like we call it scratch assist. Like the bread pudding that I have, I do not make. I do not have the time. I cannot do this at work.
Yeah.
But I make the creme anglaise fresh. I make the icing. I do everything else fresh.
Right.
So it still has that touch, but it's scratch assist, you know?
Right.
I don't see anything wrong with bringing in a product for a situation like that, because that would murder you prep wise.
Yeah, it'd be impossible.
Oh, absolutely be impossible.
We would have to be making lava cakes months in advance and freezing them. It's just not feasible.
No.
So you bring in 16 cases of lava cakes.
Right.
You know,
Slack them out, get them taken care of.
Yeah. You know, our biggest problem with them is because, you know, we hold food in a hot box for catering.
Right. Hence why souffles don't work.
And
weird.
And like the lava cakes, like if they sit in the hot box long enough, they'll collapse also.
Okay.
Or they'll like the ganache will literally start leaking out of them. It's been a huge pain in the ass trying to figure out.
But people love them.
I don't know why. I think they should stay in the 90s where we left them, but
we never Applebee's and Chili's and all that stuff.
Just my opinion. You know, it's a lava cake. It's okay. I don't know. You can get them from Domino's. They're not that special.
No. And so you guys do know, a lot of restaurants will bring in stuff like that all the time.
Most restaurants.
Because it is what you do is you weigh out your labor cost versus the cost of a product, because you cannot work your guys to death like that. Mm-hmm. And a lot of those things that are very complicated to make, if you don't make them, can you trust someone else to make it too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because have you ever made a lava cake from scratch? I have not.
No.
I wouldn't know where to start.
I mean, I think I could. I have that kind of faith in myself that I think I could absolutely like make a ganache, you know, make cylinders of ganache, freeze them, make my cake batter, stick my frozen puck of ganache inside it, you know, put it in some sort of a vessel, a ramekin or whatever.
Right.
Bake it off, pop it out. Like you know, like
theoretically, yes.
Yeah. It wouldn't really be that hard, but you know, like you want me to make 12 lava cakes from scratch? Sure. I bet I can figure that out. But if you want me to make 3,000 of them, no, I'm going to order them from Benny Keith.
Yes. I mean, it is irresponsible to make those from scratch at that point.
You know? Yeah. But yeah, so we got this big event coming up. I've not done one of these before.
Is this like an annual event that happens every year? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm coming up on my first full year at my current job.
Really? I feel like you've been there longer.
No, we're coming up on a year.
Okay.
And so this is the first time that I'm doing this particular ball, and everyone's really stressed out about it.
Of course they are.
And it can also be said that it was this event last year. So I'll tell you a story.
Oh God, this worries me so much.
So this event last year, Anthony was the sous chef.
Okay. Oh no. I see where this is going. Please finish.
The executive chef was this guy named Mike. I never met Mike. Apparently something happened and he got into a screaming match with our boss.
Oh.
Bad enough that like security came over to like break things up, and like, so he got canned for that. You know, and probably rightfully so. Like I said, I wasn't there, but you can't be screaming at people during a big event like that. It's just not okay.
No, you have to have your wits about you, your tact, and all that on top of it.
And you definitely can't scream at your boss.
No, just don't do it.
Like that. And so, and of course, I was completely unaware of all of this at this time last year.
Oh yeah.
And that, I think that is what led to me suddenly getting a text one day saying, "Hey, I need a sous chef."
Enough said right there. Say no more. I know exactly what happened at the end.
yeah, so the previous chef departed.
On terms, whether they be good or bad, on
they
terms.
they 86th the previous chef, offered Anthony the job as exec.
Okay.
Which I was super happy for him. He's worked for that a long time, and he absolutely deserves it.
Meeting him and knowing him as a person, I feel like
Yeah.
he kills it.
Yeah.
And
we've worked together for a long time, done a lot of stuff together. And so when he reached out to me, he was like, I need a sous chef. I was like, dude, I'm there.
Opportunity. That's all that it is. It's an opportunity.
Now,
are you thinking about taking the leap to want to be a chef? Like, get there? Like, would you want that? Is that a goal in your life?
An executive chef? Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I don't know. I think the term executive chef gets thrown around too much these days. I don't consider myself that. I am at a single mom and pop restaurant. I am not an executive chef. I am just a head chef.
Are you managing the accounts? Are you placing the orders? Are you managing your inventory? Are you managing your labor? Are you
that's my job.
Balancing all of those things? And you're an executive chef, sir.
Is that really where the line is?
I mean, I do most of that as a sous chef, really, like, there's a handful of things that, like, I've not really touched. Like, I don't really mess too much with, like, P&Ls.
Right.
I got that meeting. I'm more managing, like, I'm making sure orders are getting placed. I'm making sure, labor costs and stuff is being met.
mindful.
And so that's kind of where I'm at. I can calculate out, how much food we need for an event and stuff like that.
And I think that's a skill that people underrate. I know nothing about the catering world.
Yeah.
And I remember working for Cisco and people were asking for my help. And I told them straight up, I don't know this side.
Yeah.
And it is a very, very different side from your regular service restaurants. I think it's 10 times harder. I think it's a lot harder.
I don't.
Really?
It's a different kind of stress.
Okay.
But I worked in restaurants for a long time. You know this.
Right.
I'll never go back.
No shit.
I'll never go back to working in a restaurant. Not unless it's my restaurant. I would much rather do catering. Like, it is, I don't know, like, I think I like knowing also. There's an element of that, like, okay, yes. I know that I have a dinner for 400 coming up in 3 weeks. And so I know exactly how many plates there are. I know what the menu is. I have plenty of time to order that stuff, prep it out, get it.
That sounds like a better stress.
It's not so bad.
So what do you think is the hard part though?
Oh, when it's go time.
Okay.
That there's no, it's no different than go time on a line at a restaurant, right? Like when it's time to go, but there's more to it because at a restaurant, you don't have to worry about transporting food to another location.
No, so
you don't have to worry about how you're going to hold X amount of hors d'oeuvres.
I get pissed when it sits underneath the hot lamp.
X amount of pans for service. You have a 2-hour service. You have, I think my largest plated event. So like, and that's another thing. Like, is your event buffet or is it plated? Because those are two different. Two different monsters. Buffets are fairly easy.
Yeah.
You have all your pans ready to go. They're all held in hot boxes.
Got your backups.
When one pan runs out, somebody comes in, you hand off another pan, and they go out easy, right?
But plated.
There's like, so you're prepping out all your food, you're firing all your food, and then depending on, they call it saucing to the room.
Okay. Never heard that before.
So what that is like, so like if my entree is, just off the top of my head, we'll say risotto chicken with like an herbed cream sauce.
Got it.
Okay. I'm going to plate and I've got to do 300 of these.
Got it. Okay. Following.
I'm going to show my cooks like, okay, this is how we're plating this. You take your scoop of risotto, put it on the plate, put your chicken there. We're going to take that plate, put a lid on it, put that in the hot box. Right.
Okay.
So it's got, and of course it'd probably have like a veg or whatever usually. Of course, you're gonna have this, like a protein starch veg.
So everything's down, but the sauce is what I'm hearing. Okay,
yeah. And then and garnish.
Right.
So you plate your 300 plates of food. You put those all in the hot box, and then when they come in and they say, okay, everybody is seated. Like, let's
Start it. Okay.
This takes multiple people. So you have somebody whose sole job it is to go to Hotbox and pull out stacks of plates that have lids on them. That person brings them over to the table. Somebody starts taking lids off. And then usually me or Anthony, the chef, will, we sauce, garnish, send. Sauce, garnish, send.
Okay.
Or you put them on trays.
So it's your production line.
Yeah. And I mean, you'd be amazed at how fast you can plate 400 plates of food.
If I was doing the same repetitive motion over again, I'm sure it is pretty fucking fast.
We can probably do, and if we're plating to the room, which means you're doing all of it and sending.
So I get what you're saying, saucing to the room, plating to the room. I got you. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolute sense.
So if you're plating to the room, then you're just doing it all at once, putting everything on the plate, sauce, garnish, send. I mean, doing it like that, we could probably do 300 plates, and you should be able to do.
I'm waiting for this.
Oh God. I think we figured it out mathematically once, but
is this saucing to the room or plating to the room?
Oh, saucing to the room, you could easily do like, oh God, a couple plates every 10 seconds.
I believe it. Especially if it's an easy sauce, easy garnish. Yeah.
Fucking 18 plates a minute, 20 plates a minute.
It's so crazy to think about.
And so, yeah, we've got them done in, like 15, 20 minutes, serve 300 people in 20
well,
minutes.
you have to, you don't really have a way around it anyways.
And then as soon as you're done, you're done.
So when you're doing these catering events like this, and it is multiple courses, does someone give you the go ahead to start the next? And who gives you that go ahead to start the next round?
Usually like a catering captain or my catering director will come in and say, okay, like, like a lot of times we'll like preset salads so that when people sit down at the table, their salad is already on that table.
I gotcha.
And then somebody will come back, and basically about the time that servers start coming back in with empty salad plates,
you're ready to.
We're about to send out entrees.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then same with desserts. When those entree plates come out, we start sending out desserts.
See, I'm learning something new, guys, because I know nothing about the catering world. This is actually really interesting to me.
Yeah.
But
it's a lot of fun.
And it sounds like it is heat of the moment. It's going to be
Chaotic.
Stressful. And I love that chaos, though, because it's so organized.
We had somebody come in one day and they were like, I guess they said that the kitchen seemed crazy to them, and that things were really chaotic. And our boss was like, why were things chaotic? And it's like, things weren't chaotic. It was just the buzz of the kitchen.
It's that high energy. It's wanting to do my job.
People are moving fast. People are moving with urgency. We're yelling because the vent hoods are loud.
Yep.
There's just that constant clatter of plates on stainless steel,
which is loud.
It is just so many just noise. And so I guess to the uninitiated, it would seem chaotic, but to us, to the grizzled vets of the kitchen, it's like, no, that's
home.
That's just service.
That's just home.
That's just normal service.
So speaking of catering, you've done a bunch, obviously, with the job that you have right now. Have you had any major fuck ups though? And what were those like?
I have a couple of really bad memories.
Can't have the good without the bad.
There was one morning at a previous job. Quaid remembers this because Quaid was there.
Okay.
Quaid was working with me at one of these events. I just needed hands, and so he was there. We had to have a breakfast set up, I think at like 9 a.m.
Okay.
So it was early in the morning. I'd probably gotten into the kitchen at like 5 a.m. to start.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Getting things ready, pastries. And what I really remember is these little mini quiches. So there was like, like red pepper, goat cheese, spinach quiches,
like muffin pan size.
Yeah. Like little mini personal quiches.
Oh, quiche.
And I'd made a bunch of them, and they were all in my hot box. It was pouring rain.
Of course it was. Why wouldn't it not be?
And not just like a little bit of rain, but like You know, like when it's raining so hard that it looks like there's just like small rivers going down the street.
You mean that the Texas rainfall?
That
Yep.
North Texas rainfall.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly what you're talking about.
and so it is just coming down. And so, of course, my kitchen where I'm prepping everything is in one building.
So
and
it's
then
off-site.
The event space is in another building clear across campus. Okay. So I have to load up a box truck with all my stuff that's ready to go, drive it down the street to another location, unload it, and then you got to push everything up these sidewalks around a corner and into a building.
Oh, shit. This is no.
I'm unloading hot boxes from the box truck. I get one down. It had all my little quiches in it.
Yeah.
I'm wheeling that hot box up the sidewalk. And as I rounded that corner, one of the wheels of my hot box missed the sidewalk.
Oh, shit.
And the entire hot box just
fuck me.
fell over into just grass and mud and water. And like it was, Quaid said it was so cinematic because he just looked over and saw me staring up into the sky in the pouring rain, just like, why, God, why?
Why does this have to happen?
Dude, I remember just screaming.
And I take a shit one everywhere. Or was it contained in the hot box?
Quaid came up. The hot box stayed closed.
Okay.
It was contained in the hot box. But I didn't want to open the hot box.
No.
I did not want to open that fucking box. And as soon as Quaid saw it, he like rushed over there and he's like, "Oh, buddy, I'm so sorry." He like helped me pick this hot box up and get it back onto its wheels. And I rolled that bitch inside. I was steaming.
I believe it.
And I opened up, and then of course I opened up the hot box. There's just quiches everywhere, you know, and most of them are broken. I saved what I could. Nobody that attended that event had any idea that all of that had happened.
Got toppled over.
Nobody knew. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, everything was so good. It was fantastic. You guys did such a great job."
And how long were you screaming in your head for?
People have no idea what I went through to make this happen. You know,
They never will.
Yeah. So that was definitely a standout moment for me.
That sounds absolutely fucking miserable, and I'm not jealous of that situation. I would never wish that upon anybody.
I was doing a lot of these are just like off-site catering events that
the variables, if you will.
Those are the ones that'll fuck you. I remember I was doing a wedding at an off-site venue. For some reason they wanted like breakfast food. It was early in the morning that they did all this.
Why is it always breakfast?
It's like country people. So like the wedding venue was like this old barn that somebody converted into like a nice wedding venue.
Which I'm cool with.
So it was very like country. And so I'm doing scrambled eggs. I've got these gas burners set up, like portable camping burners, essentially.
I gotcha. The propane ones.
I'm doing scrambled eggs. One of my burners runs out of gas. Okay. Pull my skillet off of there, set it aside, pull the canister
because you're prepared for it. You know what's going to happen.
Put another canister inside, and I guess I didn't lock the canister in correctly. And I clamped it in there, flipped the switch, turned my gas on, and it clicked a few times, and then it just went. And I just gas flooded the table, and it ignited, and so I set this entire table on fire. And
I'm sorry to laugh, but I can picture it
so fast. That was a terrible day. I just remember something else that happened that day, which I'll tell you next. Set this whole table, and of course, you know, it's I think it's like what, propane probably.
Yeah, it's propane.
It burned out so quick, but like
it's a flash though.
I like looked back and there was just one guy standing there, one of the servers, and he's just looking at me like
wide-eyed.
And I'm like, "You didn't see shit." He's like, "I didn't see shit."
Absolutely, you didn't.
That same morning, before all of that happened, we're unloading from the box truck, getting everything set up, and I'm carrying an urn of coffee. You know, those big metal urns you see them at like hotels and stuff. They're full of coffee. I'm going over and I'm about to set it on the table. And like they had these like, you know, like your normal like folding tables.
Oh shit. I can already know.
There's cups, there's plates sitting there, and there's like the little stand where you put the coffee urn.
Did the table collapse?
and I sat that urn on that fucking stand. I took half a step back and I looked at it, and then I saw that table buckle and go, and I tried to catch it. I tried.
Oh, slow motion and everything. Yeah, those.
And like I put my hand up under the table and tried to like get the dude.
Then there's nothing you can do.
Nope.
And it's.
I watched it happen in slow motion, and I like, dude, my boss was so mad, and I was upset. It was just, I was like, dude.
Did you set up the table?
No.
So therefore, it's not your fault. That is not on you, because I will say this:
those tables can only hold so much weight, and I think that coffee overdid it.
On coffee, it is heavy because that's like 5 gallons of coffee.
Yeah,
that sucks.
So
that
I've had some rough moments in catering. That like. Some I don't think people in restaurants would really like truly get.
No, because I was just thinking that the fuck ups that we have on a day-to-day basis, they're small in comparison.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I feel like when you're dealing with that many people and that so much product going out, that when the fuck ups happen, they're huge.
Or like you think about like if I'm off site, like I have to make sure like, okay, there's fried potatoes on a plate. I need to know down to the fucking ounce how many potatoes I have and how many ounces are going on a fucking plate.
Exactly.
Because if I like this happened to me just recently where we didn't prep enough fucking potatoes.
Didn't math it out.
We didn't math it out well enough.
God, that sucks.
And I ran out of potatoes like 12 plates short. What the fuck am I supposed to do now?
And what I know what it's like just from doing smaller events.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, nothing to that size. But that thought that went through your head when you're 12 plates short.
I was upset.
It's a defeated feeling.
Yeah, because I'm off site. I can't exactly just run to the kitchen and roast off more potatoes. Like, it doesn't work like that.
And I don't deal with that on a regular basis. If I run out of something, well, I already knew I had 4 orders left because I know my inventory. Mm-hmm. But something like that, especially if you're blindsided by it, that's gotta suck.
You know, and then we have to go through the process of giving these people some of their money back and apologizing because that's our fuck up.
And that's the shittiest part too.
You know, and that does not feel good.
But also at the same time, you know, holding that accountability,
mm-hmm.
you know, and you know, I've done this myself where if I fuck something up, I'm going to own it. But it's one of those things that you just talked about. It's an uncontrollable variable that should have been controlled. Yeah. And I think that's why it would piss me off.
When things go wrong at an event of that scale, like you don't have anyone to blame but yourself.
Well, and these events are usually a big moment in someone's life. You talk about weddings, you talk about like whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm. A lot of business events, a lot of weddings.
Oh yeah.
Baby showers, like
because you're there to make someone's day where they don't have to stress about something, and then when that shit pops off.
And I mean, these people are paying $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000.
Yeah, I mean,
for these events,
6 kilos of caviar. I mean, that's not going to be cheap.
Those people have money to spend.
Yes. But I see where you're coming from, that it's not just the fact that someone fucked something up in the math somewhere. It's you almost feel like you're letting someone down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a good feeling. And then I get pissed off, and then, you know, gotta go talk to HR again. I don't know.
I'm fucking HR. I'm so happy I don't have an HR. And it's, you know, a lot of people think that a lot of, you know, cooks, chefs, you know, that we're cold hearted. We only care about ourselves and stuff like that. We actually do give a lot of shits about the people. You know, making a dish at work, I wanted to make sure that it's going out perfect every single as close as it can. Nothing's perfect. But I couldn't even imagine a situation like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of stress. But man, I'll never go back to restaurants. I love the catering side. I think it's just like I said, it's not like in restaurants, there's an element of not knowing.
I say the unknown is something like tonight we were breaking down early because we were a little bit on the slower side. It is a Monday night. Yeah. But I don't know if someone's going to walk in at 8:05.
You have no idea.
No.
And I like knowing.
Like I said, that side of the stress, I feel like I'd be okay with.
It is. I am more than willing to stand in the same spot and cut vegetables for 16 hours. I've done it.
Yeah, I believe it.
It sucks, you know. But at least I know, you know. And if like I only have so much time before that event starts, and so I have to like. There is no choice.
But there's an end game too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You know, when it's over, it's over.
Yeah. And that's the one thing, you know, the comparison between the catering world working on a, you know, kitchen online is I don't know if I prepped enough of this. I don't know if people are going to order that night.
Yeah.
You know, we could, you know, sell out of shrimp and grits. Could run out of grits. Some days I still have a full 6-pan at the end. And that mystery is the hardest fucking part of this job.
Like I remember, like the equipment. Also, I think this is a big part of it. Is like Do
you guys have cool equipment?
I get to have some pretty neat stuff.
Do you have a 55 stand-up mixer like a Hobart?
No, but I would like to get a bigger mixer.
That'd be nice.
But like at the place I'm at now, like there's some things that I'm like I wish we could get this particular. Like when I was at the university, I was spoiled.
I'm sure they had.
Right. I had like 8 sous vides. I had a bunch of combi ovens.
Oh,
I can fit 16 sheet trays into a full size combi.
I know all about combis. Know all about them, and I'm jealous.
Shams are amazing. I had tilt skillets, and I mean, I have a tilt skillet in my kitchen.
Yeah,
now.
But still,
we had kettles, and if you need to make 90 gallons of soup, I got you.
It's funny. I work in a kitchen where it's just adapt and overcome, figure it out. I don't know. We're out of 6-pan school. Just grab a 3rd pan, see what happens. And you're over there getting spoiled.
No, it's nice. It's nice. Yeah. Because like they want us to do certain things, and it's like, well, we
gotta have the equipment for it.
We can, but this is what we need.
Yeah.
And I also like with catering, another big part of why I like it is like, at a restaurant, you're making the same menu over and over and over and over and over again, generally.
And I know where you're going with this, and yes, I agree.
Even if you have seasonal menus, you're going to make that same menu for, several months in a row.
Right.
With catering, I'm making
it's different food,
multiple different kinds of menus, different setups, buffets, plated events, stations, grazing tables.
Well, and I feel like your knowledge from that opportunity is going to surpass anyone that's just in a kitchen too.
Yeah. I mean, when I left 940s, where you and I worked together, and I went to the university, that was my first like experience in catering.
Right.
And I learned more in my first year of being the catering chef there, than I have in the entirety of my career.
And I fully understand where you're coming from, because you're not making the same thing. You're not going in and making things on autopilot.
I was blessed to have an executive chef at that time that was incredibly knowledgeable, very talented. And he would make stuff that I was just like in awe of, where I've not seen shit like that before. And I was
that's cool.
And he was one of the nicest human beings on the planet. Chef Colton Brumley, fucking awesome dude. He'd be making something, and I'd be like, dude, what the fuck is this? And he would show me,
like, go into
teach
it.
me. And,
see, that's cool. That's not just a boss. That's a leader right there.
Like, I didn't go to culinary school, so I didn't know what a beurre blanc sauce was.
Yeah.
But
why would you?
He taught me that. He was like, yeah, this is what this is, or this is how you do.
Shallots,
here's how you do a
butter.
hollandaise sauce. Here's how you do a black garlic hollandaise sauce. Just different hors d'oeuvres, and different flavor combinations. And he really opened my eyes to a lot of different things. And I owe that dude a lot as far as like what I know today.
Well, it's like what we talked about with Greg is, we talked about BC and all that stuff and how we learned from him. And sometimes I miss having someone I can learn from because I don't know everything. I'm working on a fixed menu, so I don't get to experiment too much because I got what I have in house. But we like to learn. I love learning new things.
Yeah, like I remember working with you as a young line cook.
Just a baby.
Oh yeah. And do you remember I decided one day that I wanted to do it was something stupid. It was like apple pie wontons.
Yeah, no, I do.
And then you were like, hey, let's do an apple rose. And you showed me how to do the apple rose that we put in the center of that plate.
Yeah. I saw pictures of that too. There's somewhere on my phone.
We did pierogies from scratch.
Those were fucking bomb.
That
was really good.
I would love to. That's another dish I'd love to revisit.
Oh yeah,
I haven't made it in years.
Oh man, that was so good. Well, I mean, and it's you teach me things too. You taught me how to properly use gelatin.
Yeah,
I didn't know how to use that before in my life, and it's just because you're at the top doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, I think I've shown you a lot of like the more molecular gastronomy stuff that I got into when I started, being all autistic about that stuff.
I want to learn more about that stuff.
Yeah.
Like I seriously sat down last Monday after I did my order for 2 hours just reading about that.
Yeah.
And some cool stuff out there.
Oh, dude,
Real cool stuff out there.
There are compounds that you can like. I wish I could remember the name of it. One of my favorite things is it's this chemical that like if you mix it into something oily, it'll turn it into a crumble.
So I actually have that at work.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Xanthan gum.
Is
Xanthan.
Is it?
It takes any fats and it turns it into a powder. I made bacon powder out of that before.
You can mix it in with like peanut butter and it'll make peanut butter crumble.
Anything with fat turns it into a powder.
That's like, dude,
that shit's cool.
That's so cool.
Well, and I even think, I remember it was Matt that showed me. Do you remember Matt?
Yeah.
He's the one that showed me how to make the little caviars at first.
Really?
By, putting into the oil and all that stuff. And
the dude was a degenerate, but he was a good cook.
God, he was so good. He had some fun shit rolled up his sleeves. Like, he's someone I would want to pick his brain. Just a solid human. But like that type of stuff, I feel like if you don't have a teacher, it's going to be hard because you're going to fuck up a lot and not know why.
You either have a good teacher or you have the wherewithal to go and teach yourself these things.
Right.
We live in a day and age where, like you can look up anything on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Which is where I learned most of my stuff,
I still like the cookbooks. I love reading through cookbooks. You showed me that Sean Brock one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I took pictures out of that because of, you don't think of combinations. You don't see how things are plated, how they're presented until you see them somewhere else. Shit, I know a Snoop Dogg fucking cookbook. You know why? Because I can.
Yeah, man. I'd love to, I don't think I'm ever going to stop learning.
I hope I don't.
There's just too much weird shit out there. And I'm like, what else can I do with this?
It's hard not having access to a lot of the stuff that we want to play with. And it's either you have to go through Purveyor. Well, guess what? You're getting you're getting a kilo of it.
Yeah.
Or you have to go to a store what costs money out of your pocket and you're trying to find a way to expense that properly.
And then eventually you get to a point where you're like, man, what else can I do? What other kind of dumb shit can I fucking do?
That's what it is. It's dumb shit.
I don't know if I've told you this one yet. We're going to do green eggs and ham.
You mentioned it in passing, by and by, if you will, because we're in the South. Green eggs and ham? Okay.
All right. So
okay, let's go.
Obviously, I'm not just going to throw some food coloring.
No, that's a cheap way out. Fuck that.
So what I'm thinking, I've thought about this a lot. Somebody gave me this idea and they were like, this is, another idea you should do.
Okay.
So I was like, I thought about it and I was like, all right, this is what I've got. We're going to do eggs Benedict. Right.
Just keep going because my mind's already processing how I would do it. So,
all right. So I'm thinking, we don't need to really do anything to the English muffin. We'll just make a good from scratch English muffin.
Sounds good.
The poached egg. I think if we were to puree down spinach, for instance.
So I was thinking kale. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Puree that down and basically mix that into a pot of water. You're going to make green water and then you poach your egg in that.
I mean, eggs are porous. I'm curious.
Would it turn green?
So how about this? I have spinach at work. I'm going to blitz them down tomorrow and I have eggs at work. I'm going to try and poach an egg and I will send you the results.
Make me a poached green egg, and then I think I don't know, an herb crusted ham would be really good.
Oh yeah. How'd you do the hollandaise?
So I've thought about this. I honestly think I would just stick with the traditional hollandaise.
Okay.
Yellow hollandaise would offset those green tones.
It would. Little paprika on top, throws it red against the green, and therefore you got the flavor and the colors there.
Yeah. I think that's probably what I would go with. Is just a real traditional hollandaise sauce, to really make those green colors pop. Or if you want to, I bet you could make green hollandaise, but I feel like
that's the direction I thought you were going to go in at first, was make the hollandaise green.
That would be overkill.
I think that'd be more cheating because you're blitzing it together, so therefore it'd be easier. I'm very curious, and like I said, I'm going to try this tomorrow when I'm at work because it's a Tuesday. What else am I going to do on a Tuesday?
So these are all things that we could make in your kitchen and we could film and, put out there into the world. And I don't know, maybe somebody out there goes, what the hell? That's
I'm
weird.
okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely okay with that.
there's a million cooking channels on YouTube. I never wanted to be a cooking channel, but if we're gonna do cooking content, I want to make sure that it stands out and it reflects our own creativity and
our personalities, everything that we are, what we do, because like you said, the dumb shit. And I keep going back to that for a reason, because I think in my head,
I want it to be a little unhinged. I want it to be a little like kind of out there.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I looked at buying 5 pounds of just chicken oysters. And if you guys know what chicken oysters are, it's where the small of the back is on the chicken, probably the most tender part. Watch Final Table on Netflix because they talk all about it. But I almost bought a whole entire case of chicken oysters to do a play on words, because I run a seafood restaurant, and making that an appetizer. Once again, dumb shit. And it's fun.
I don't hate that.
Because it's got to start somewhere. I mean, your whole entire idea with the tomato bisque started with, we're joking about this. It's dumb. It's stupid, but it's going to be fun. As it's evolved, I'm really looking forward to the finished product.
I think it's going to be good.
I think it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be strange, but it's going to be good.
It's going to be there, but the textures will be off. That's it. Or not what we're used to.
Yeah. And so like, these are the things that I'm kind of thinking about.
I like that stuff though.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. We're going to make some really good food regardless. We're going to get one of our friends to try it. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah. You always have to have that guinea pig. I'm down. Yeah. Definitely down. We got to schedule this soon and make it happen, because we've been talking about it for about a couple of weeks now, and I'm getting real hungry. So
yeah, man, it's about that time. So I think that's the direction we're going to start moving in. We're going to continue to do the podcasts, of course. We got festival season coming up around here too, so we're gonna try to shoot on site at some of those. We're hoping to go hit a show here soon. Maybe see some things that some companies are putting out. I think it's a Benny Keith show, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. But we're going separate, so you guys know. But we may run into each other if timing works.
We'll try to meet up there and do that. I think it'll be a lot of fun, man.
It'll be good times.
Yeah. I think.
You want to wrap it?
Yeah, I think that's probably we're gonna wrap it. I'm ready for another White Claw. I think mine are 86.
Same here. And honestly, this has been good. I feel like
this is good. It's been a nice change of pace to just do the two of us. And
thanks for teaching me about the catering side. And like I said, I didn't know anything about that, so it's always fun to hear about.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. It's we rarely talk about actual food on the podcast.
Right.
Most of the time we're talking about the people that make it happen and their experiences and stuff, which I think is super important. But remind people kind of what we're rooted in, which is the food,
right?
And the experience and the emotions that it provides, and the joy that it brings. It's an act of service. And
we love what we do for a reason. And if you guys want to hear more, let us know. I'd love to do another episode like this.
Leave your stories and ideas in the comments. If you have any suggestions for weird shit that we can make in a upcoming series of videos,
we'll make it.
Let us know, and we'll pick the best ones and we'll try to do it.
Yeah.
Find us on Spotify. You can find us here on YouTube. Subscribe, like the video, do all the things. It does really help the channel.
And it means a lot to us too.
The algorithm loves it. And as far as supporting us, that's the most that we can ask from you. Leave a good review for us on Spotify, whatever it is. But yeah, I guess until next time, stay salty, my friends.
Stay salty, guys. Be good.